Did you miss me?
Nick, why are you looking at me like that? You're like, what? This is my face all the time.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 32. And let's get into this video. So basically, we know that Amaya and Brian got the hideaway. They had that little chant to get into the hideaway. Like, what? You're going to eat what in the hideaway? What? Anyhow, they're in the hideaway. They got into the jacuzzi, you know, getting all good and all that stuff. And we already know what they about to do. You know what they about to do. And yeah, I was talking about, you know, bite them. Okay, all right, they got down in that hideaway, like real deal. So back in the villa, you know, we also see Iris and Pepe also getting it down, when they go to bed and whatnot. So people are getting down in this episode. Like I said, this villa is really freaked out. It's really freaked out. So also in this episode, Huda and Chris, they were having a chat. And I guess he was tired or whatever, but it kind of like fell flat at the end. So Huda was telling the girls that like, oh, they have good communication, but he was just really tired tonight, So then we have Chris telling the guys, basically saying like how he asked Huda for a kiss, and Huda looked around and, you know, before doing so, and he was just like, yeah, you know what, never mind. So it's just like, he was saying that Huda never kisses him outside the challenge. So I think Taylor like spoke up and was just like, didn't you kiss in the speakeasy? But he was like, there was nobody in the speakeasy, so it's still kind of like she's kind of like scared to kiss him in front of people. So that's what's basically going on. Obviously, Ace made breakfast for Shelly once again. He be getting these people's trees, gave her a flower and everything. So in today's episode, Taylor and Clarke basically getting a little closer. They were talking about having cowboy hats with their initials and whatnot, and you know, like asking Clarke and whatnot, and like, you know, they like, to be honest, you can really tell like the biggest shift from him and Alandra to him and Clarke. Like, he was not in it with, he wasted Alandra's time, wasted her time bad. Like, he's really locked in with Clarke. Like, it's really showing you that if he did like you, he would have done the little things, these little things or whatever. Like, he really wasted Alandra's time. No shade, no tea, because he's only been with Clarke for what, 2 weeks now? Like, and he's already doing all these big gestures, and he wants to like close it off with Clarke and whatnot. Like, really wasted Alandra's time. So moving on, the guys get a text that they're gonna basically have a boys' day, go outside and basically play basketball. So it was basically a chill episode. So they played basketball, and it was like 3 versus 3. And obviously Chris and Pepe were like former basketball players. I mean, so it was Ace, Brian, and Pepe on one team versus Chris, Taylor, and Nick. So the girls are basically back at the villa. We're just like, you know, what are we gonna do here? So they basically had a chill day. They were just like talking, you know, about would you rather. It was pretty funny though, like, you know, they were just talking about nonsense and like they're just getting along, whatever, back at the villa. So after, you know, the 3-on-3 was so funny because obviously it was just Chris kind of like showing off, Pepe showing off. I think there was like one moment where they basically lift Ace up a bit so he can get like a dunk shot, and he still missed the dunk shot. So it was like, what? So the girls were back at the villa basically like, oh, who will we bet on? Shelly like, she gonna bet it on Ace. Like, hello, Ace lost. So it's so funny. But obviously Chris's team won. I mean, you're a pro basketball player. If you did lose the 3-on-3 with not like a nurse, a dancer, you know, that would look very shameful for you. So they came back, you know, the guys were basically, you know, having their little boys chat and everything. And basically Chris was just talking about how, you know, he wants to like have to communicate to Huda like how he's feeling about the situation. So they're just like, you know what, you know, just be respectful about it, and you know, it's a hard conversation, but you're gonna have to have it. You know, Ace wanted to get back to the villa to get to Shelly. Brian, obviously, after his night with Amaya, he loving it. So he good, he cool. Nick talking about, like he's liking being in a couple of Valandra and everything. And you got Taylor over here trying to give him some tips, and Taylor's like, whoa, like I know she likes her, pancakes crispy, like, he trying to give her advice about the little things, like he knows, he was there too, like about to do the little things. So all the guys are just basically chatting about their couples and whatever, Pepe talking about Iris and whatnot, which is like, where, Hannah who, TJ who, because now it's Pepe and Iris. So moving on, they get back to the villa. They kind of played like they got hurt. And Pepe was too funny. He talking about how Ace, dunked on Chris. And then he used his elbow. And he started elbowing people in the back. I'm crying. They were talking about he played prison ball. Like, it was too funny. Like, they came back and the limits the girls. Shelly's talking about she got her man. She like, just lean on me. So, and everybody just chatting about the fire pit, about the situation. And it was just pretty funny. Like, Nick was like, oh, did you miss me? And everybody just like started laughing. But yeah,
But damn, that was fun.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
How was y'all day? What the hell did y'all do? I know y'all was bored as hell without
It was
us.
so fun.
No, we had lots of fun actually.
Yeah, we did.
This was like we needed a time away from y'all.
We was having some peaceful times, y'all. I'm just kidding.
I know I missed Ace.
It was basically a chill day. So Taylor later on in the day, he basically was like getting the guys to like prepare, to announce that, he wants to be closed off of, Clarke. Telling the guys that since she was a cheerleader, I want you guys to cheer her name out, because 6 of them, so they can like spell her name Clarke out. So, when they get to the little chairs at the moment at the table at the nighttime routine, he basically had the guys basically spell her name, and then he was just like, Clarke, will you be exclusive? And everybody was happy for them. Nice little situation that the guys did for him or whatever. So then after that, the guys knew that Chris had some type of conversation he wanted to have with Huda. So the girls didn't know that. So they were like, so I think Nick was like, oh, they're gonna have a conversation. And then I think Amaya was like, about what? And he was just like, just a conversation, but everybody knows like the conversation is kind of serious or whatever. So they were right there at the table, and they're sitting over there at the little couch area. So like Huda's over there like, oh, why are they staring at us? And he's just like, don't worry about it. So I think he brought up the situation about how Huda looked around before trying to give him a kiss, and he didn't like that. So because he was basically telling Huda like, how could we basically do what they did, in the bedroom with other people in the bedroom, just because the lights are off, that will mean nothing, But when I, ask for a kiss or a peck or whatever, you're looking around just to make sure. And it was just like, he's trying to say his piece, and I think Huda was just like cutting him off. But I think when he started to pause in between like his sentences or whatever, like she thought it was an opening for him to, for her to start speaking. And I feel like, after the first 2 times, he's talking and, you cut him off, I think you should just let him just keep talking, and then until he asks for you for your response. Because if you're gonna be like, oh, can I, he said maybe 3-4 times, can I finish my sentence, it was just like, all right, calm down. Really asking every 5 seconds, can he finish his sentence? And obviously it kind of got to a point that Huda had to get up and walk away, because it was just she was just like, what's going on here? So
Let me finish my sentence, please.
Okay.
It just confuses me how we're still next to them in the bedroom, regardless if it's dark. There's still.
I'll kiss you in the bedroom.
Can I finish?
You're upset with me.
Well, yeah, you keep cutting me off.
I'm sorry.
Amaya had to be the villa therapist, talk to Huda first, what's going on, hear her point of view. Chris went over to Amaya to see the point of view, and it was just like she really the villa therapist. So she, telling Amaya's over here telling Huda about the situation, the whole PDA thing. And she's talking about how when she was with Jeremiah, everybody was in their business and whatnot and so on and so forth. So now she's trying to switch it up and whatever, because she used to kiss Jeremiah in front of everybody who had something to say. I don't think it was because they were doing PDA. that they were on her, it was because they thought they were just too closed off so fast. It's the finale week. Like, nobody cares if you're gonna kiss Chris outside in front of people right now. In the first week, sure, when you're closing off and acting like you and Jeremiah were married, you know, people had something to say because, like, it was just, like, looking a little too sus. But, like, not right now. Nobody cares because everybody's locked in with their couples. No one's trying to move to Huda. No one's trying to move to Chris. So she's saying, like, she's using that, like, how she was with Jeremiah. She's trying to switch from that. And I just feel like maybe that's her reasoning. I don't know. But it's not looking good for Chris and Huda at all. He was over at the end of the day. So then we got the results for the vote from Sunday night, which was, you know, we're getting to our final 4 couples. So basically they named, in no particular order, that's what they said, they named the people who were safe from, you know, getting dumped. They called Shelly and Aces first, and then obviously the last 2 people were standing, which was Taylor and Clarke, and Nick and Leandria. So they had Shelly read off that Taylor and Clarke getting dumped, and obviously they got dumped and sent home.
The couple with the fewest votes and dumped from the island is
Ace. Both his, you know, boys were standing up there, so he's gonna lose one of his friends. And obviously Taylor was also Shelly's, you know, guy friend in that villa as well. So, you know, they lost some cool friends. And obviously Ed and Eddie is, you know, has come to an end. It's just Ed and Eddie now. It's just really Ed and Eddie in that villa. You know, the guys were just having their little chat because they really were kind of like the trio that was locked in. Like, Ace really thought like they were gonna make it to the end. I feel like, you know, Clarke and Taylor, you know, really could have went to, you know, the finale, sure, but like people, you know, what Taylor had done to Leandria, like, he had to pay. And then unfortunately Clarke was collateral damage. Like, no shade, no tea, but she was collateral damage because she's a couple with Taylor. Like, unfortunately, she had to get dumped as well. I mean, granted, they're probably a stronger couple than Chris and Huda and Iris and Pepe, and they should have stayed there longer than them two. Like, why is Iris and Pepe still in the villa? Like, who is voting for them? Like, what are they giving? Like, Iris should have been gone. Like, Huda should have been gone. Like, why are we still in the villa with these people? But, unfortunately for Clarke, you know, she got sent home with Taylor. And I mean, Leandria outlasted Taylor. Like, what could we say? What could we say? Like, this is basically just like, and we're up because he really wasted her time. And at the end of the day, she's making it to finale night for sure. So, you know, Taylor's gone with Clarke. You know, they're just, you know, glad that they're leaving together, and, you know, just sad that they, you know, losing their besties. But I mean, in the next 3-4 days, they're gonna be reunited. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like, they're gonna be reunited. They're probably gonna take the trip back from Fiji on the same flight. So, like, you know, no need to worry. They're gonna probably see each other pretty soon. But that was today's episode. Pretty short, pretty sweet. We have a vote tonight. A vote for Shelly and Ace. Shalace and 5. Hello. Those are my people. Those are my clients. Okay. Alandra, you're my client too. But Shalace and 5. I really need to see them in the finale. Hopefully I want them to see them win, because they really deserve it. Out of the couples left standing, no shade, no tea to the rest of the couples. They really do deserve it. But we shall see. I did vote for them. You should too, if you want to. But anyway, guys, this was episode 32 of Love Island USA season 7. If you guys like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns. You can subscribe to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.